What's going on today, Maureen? Well, it has been a quick minute since I've done a long form video about my urban farming or in my kitchen. Only just kind of been doing shorts through the month of December. Oh, and by the way, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And for us, we had the best turkey ever. It came from a friend of mine's farm and it was 27 pounds. And that turkey came out absolutely fantastic. We were left with 11 pounds of sliced meat afterwards. Hands down, the best turkey. And then for New Year's, my daughter made stuffing muffins, and those are fantastic as well. It's just like basically all in a little muffin, your whole turkey dinner right there. They were so tasty. It has spurred me on that this year I'm wanting to get meat birds and some turkeys so that I can grow my own turkey for my own turkey dinner. Today is January 3rd, and I just thought, I have to get out there. I have to start making plans. I need to figure out what I want to do and to take you along with that journey. But it was like, okay, so what are you gonna, number one, you're going to avoid starting any seeds early. Maybe. In that planning part, there does need to be some planning part, and I'm not a good planner, but I just figured I'll take you along as I start to unfold it. But, the first thing that needs to be done is we need to assess what's going on in the yard. So I want to take you along for that, and we can see what's been going on. One thing I would like to say is that we have had the most mildest temperatures for this winter. It's been unprecedented, which is also making it unprecedented in the yard and garden. Like today, I think we are going to get up to +7 Celsius. And next week, it's going to get down to -14 Celsius. There is some things that I do need to kind of catch up and wrap up because I wasn't getting them done because the weather was so mild. Like covering the garden beds with the coffee sacks. Let's go look at the front boulevard. So to start, we have our massive mound of wood chips that need to go on the grounds, which we need to go over and cover to help prevent the weeds. But look, see here, we have got massive amounts of garlic growing. With my last video, I showed you that little clump there. So the garlic that is in here, this is not what I planted. This is what was left last year. You see, I planted store-bought garlic and was thinking it needed to be harvested in July, which it didn't. It should have been harvested in June. So a lot of these garlic cloves that are in here, these were all garlic cloves that we missed. And so they've all come up. I'm struggling to know whether I should be removing them or just let them grow. I have planted the garlic in these beds for the last few years, and that can create a blight for the garlic. So I've planted 860 garlic cloves at my garden away from home bed, but these ones in here, I'm not sure what's going to take place, like if they are going to be covered in that blight. So my plan this year was, instead of planting my white potatoes in that back garden bed, I was going to plant them all along here. And in place of the white potatoes, I was going to be putting in sweet potatoes into that bed. But with all of this garlic in here, there is a lot, and I just go, I don't want to waste it. It's just one of those things. I don't want to waste it. I didn't go and get my straw bales early, so that is another thing that does need to get done in the next little bit so that they can start catching some of this rain. In the winter, we have green grass, lots of deciduous trees. It's a great way to have winter for me. Now that we're in the backyard, let's let the ladies out. And I'm sure there's some of you that are wondering how Dottie is. Right after her illness, she molted. So she was still moving slow. She is doing well, but there is an aspect of her that comb is not bright red like it was. I'm keeping an eye on her, but let's let the ladies out. So, as you can see, her comb is pale. It was shrunken down, so I'm thinking that, whatever's kind of plaguing her now, she's probably getting a bit better. If you look at Mrs. Howigan's comb there, it's nice bright red. Crazy things are growing here in January, which normally wouldn't. You gotta see this. I was out here the other day, and unfortunately the ladies got into this bed. This right here is asparagus. and the ladies knocked off the piece that was on there. And this is a nasturtium right beside it. Pretty incredible. I still have side shoots of my broccoli. I've never had broccoli go this long. You know, I think it's probably getting done. And this might not be the tastiest broccoli. Be great for soup. But it's been a great fresh green for the ladies. Isn't that right, Gracie? So I'm not the best winter gardener. I'm just gonna say that. And each year I try, and I tell myself I'll be dedicated to looking after it, but I have this one covered in reme cloth and this one covered in reme cloth. I'll let you poke your nose in there first. You go have a see. Okay, so yes, we do have lots of greens growing in here. So we have arugula, some romaine, some red lettuce, red leaf lettuce, our celery. My daughter had come out for Christmas and she had picked our celery to add it to our stuffing. Let's see what's going on this side. Oh, I had come out a bit ago and pruned off the Swiss chard where the ladies had been eating. And so it's nice to see that it's coming back. But I don't check this garden very often. This garden bed is where I need to be getting my coffee sacks on to protect it. Yeah, it's late in the year to be doing it. It should have been done in the fall, but I didn't have the coffee sacks, so that's why it's still not done. But the coffee sacks are now in my truck. So let's have a peekaboo at this garden bed. This one is my cabbages and a bunch of kale. It's looking okay. Oh, my kohlrabi finally worked. I just left it. Yay! Well, that's so cool. So, it's still growing. It could be better. Things in the orchard are looking okay. That's the biggest my artichoke has ever grown. I had one in ground before, and it would just be covered with aphids, and I couldn't do anything about it. I tried the neem oil, I would spray it with water, just couldn't. And so I bought another one and put it in a pot and put it in the back. And here are our peppers. You know, some have died, some are still doing okay. The cardamom is looking great. Lots of new growth on it. In behind that is my avocado. It's doing very well. Calamundan oranges have started to grow. That Meyer lemon is flowered. The lime has lots of limes on it. My lemon trees are absolutely fantastic. Like, this one is getting way up there. So it's looking so good. They're just huge. These are all the lemon trees that I grew from seed, from my original Meyer lemon. But I wanted to show you this. Remember my crazy sweet potatoes? I think I am going to put these into some soil and put them in my greenhouse studio and see if they will continue to produce their slips. And then I would have slips for next year. If this is a no-go, you know, let me know down in the comments, because I've never done this before. Yes, indeedy. We've got some beautiful slips, so I could actually take some of these slips off and start propagating them for some roots. So that's really exciting. There's still peppers on the peppers. I think we'll take that one in. You know, the gnats seem to be gone, which I think is why, you know, these little peppers didn't grow. But we'll just take them in with us here. Oh, he might be done. I think, yeah, there's some over there, but they're dried. So I'll probably come in and prune everything down and see how it goes. So yeah, the area does look a little messy, but it is actually organized, and I'm ready for when it comes time to plant. So I got myself a kohlrabi and some broccoli, and and I don't know if it's going to be bitter because it's so old, so I'm going to taste it. No, it's good. Because I was thinking if it is bitter, I'm just going to put it into a soup. But I just think it's amazing that what I planted last spring is still giving me food in January. Pretty darn cool. So the next video will be about planning on deciding on where to put things, what to grow, what not to grow. If you're just starting out growing, you'll want to come along because Mama's going to make it easy. Mama's going to make it simple. And so I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. And I look forward to seeing you on that next video. Take care and God bless.